Hey everyone. Welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel where you get daily and consistent hot topics in music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. I was already on my TikTok. Guys, if you're not following me on TikTok, you're missing out on a lot. But it's okay. Be sure that you're following us on all platforms. This is our weekly recap of Below Deck. We are almost done with the season. This is the second to last episode before the season finale. And we have a lot to talk about. I watched it again for a second time today. And we're going to talk about, you see my boy Fraser? You saw how he was foreshadowing being a chief stew? He was the best part of the season for me. I'm going to be honest. He was the best part of the season. Shout out to Fraser. The best part of the season. And I look forward to him being a chief stew. Is he better than Kate? No. But I would love to see a season with both of them, to be honest. We're going to get into it, but you know how we like to do our thing here on the channel. Let's get our vibes going. Let's get those bodies moving. I don't care if you're working from home and you're at your desk. Move your body at your desk. It will change your mood. Let's get the vibes going, y'all. And don't forget to drop your elephants and your crowns and let me know where you are watching from. Welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel where you get daily and consistent hot topics in music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. Shout out to everyone that's watching around the country and around the world. We appreciate you all being here. If you're watching the replay, I want to know how you would rate this latest episode of Below Deck from 1 being get rid of Heather to 10, make Fraser chief stew. I had to think about his name for a second. I appreciate you all being here. Let's jump into, before we jump into it, if you didn't see, because you don't have your notifications on, I will be live again later today at 5:30 p.m. Eastern, depending. I'm waiting to hear what Jenny Wen has to say. She tweeted for the very first time and posted on her social media for the very first time saying that now that she can speak, she's going to speak. But what we're going to do for the very first time ever here on the channel is something called Kempire's Town Hall Meeting. You know, you have your town hall meetings in your local areas. Well, we're going to have our own town hall meeting here on YouTube, and you're going to have an opportunity for the very first time to be a part of our town hall meeting to sound off. You know, we have you guys call in, and a lot of times you run over the minutes. Well, you will have 1 minute to sound off on whatever topic that we have, Just saying. Whatever topic we are discussing that particular town hall, and it could be the Tasha K and Cardi B situation, the Kanye West situation. It could also be the whole Jenny Wen situation. So you will have 1 minute today to call in and weigh in. And I will not interrupt you. You will just be able to sound off. Kempire's town hall meeting premieres today. All right. If you didn't see, a link is available on the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, and it will be exclusive to YouTube and Facebook. So if you're not following us there, be sure to follow us there. So TikTok, I won't be live when I'm doing that later today. So if you want to be a part of that, head on over to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, subscribe. It will be a subscribers only live chat like today for our Below Deck recap. So let's get into the Below Deck recap, because I'm sure a lot of you that are here. Oh, you saw that light go off behind me? What is going on? Was that a spirit? Anyways, let's talk about Below Deck. I've said this multiple times, and we dealt with a lot of issues. We were talking about the whole Jenny Wen situation. We've been talking about the Ramona situation. We even talked about the Mary Cosby situation. This season on Below Deck, we did have a very, very important issue that came up, and I believe they're going to address this during the reunion that Andy more than likely will be hosting. Why does Andy Cohen host all the reunions, and then y'all get so upset when he gets the backlash? Because he's getting paid to host reunions that he doesn't even executive produce. And the issue that they're going to address at this reunion when it comes to the whole Heather and Rayna situation, that's a serious issue. And he has already showed us that he's not able to moderate those types of conversations. So I don't need Andy Cohen hosting the Below Deck reunion. Just saying. But they probably already filmed it, right? At this point, they probably already filmed it. He's hosting the Vanderpump reunion. Why? I mean, I get it. It's a spinoff from his franchise, but why? There's so many, and this is not, and I know a lot of you, Kempire, you show. No, this is not me trying to say that. This is what I'm saying. There are so many talented people that are trying to come up and trying to get these opportunities, but NBC, Universal, and Bravo refuse to do that. All right, keep digging a hole that y'all can't dig yourself out of. How did I get onto that? Oh, Below Deck. If you guys are just joining us, we are talking about the latest episode of Below Deck. This episode, again, like the season, it's been lackluster. This won't be a season that I will rewatch. And I did a whole deep dive into Below Deck the last couple of years because I wasn't watching it from the beginning. I knew of the show. And I literally rewatched certain seasons because they were just so good. That first season, But when Kate came on board, I was like, this is what I need. Delcinia says, I don't really want to hear from Jenny in our TikTok chat. Shout out to everyone that's watching on TikTok, those that are watching on Twitch. Hey, Twitch fam, I see you guys there as well. Be sure you're following me there. Shout out to our friends on Facebook, The Kempire and Kempire Daily on Facebook. Be sure to follow us there if you haven't liked us on Facebook, guys. And of course, follow me on my social media at The Kempire on all platforms and at Kempire Daily on all platforms. So Ms. Brooklyn says, I missed this episode. You didn't miss much. I missed this episode and they don't have it to watch on their website. Really? Oh, that's weird. Maybe because it's just not worth watching anymore. It still had really good ratings this season for Below Deck, but I didn't love this season. And it has nothing to do with the Heather and Rayna situation, which I see next week we address again. But we shall see how that's handled. Hey, Brown Sugar Bay, watching us on Twitch. I'm going to do some more stuff on Twitch. I was on Twitch the other day. I was watching with someone else that I follow on there. I was like, I need to be in these Twitch streets a little bit more. Just saying. It's different. So this episode, I have to say, I felt for Heather because I felt like she was the only one trying to uplift everyone's spirit because everyone's just tired. They're tired. They're grumpy. Chef Rachel is grumpy so much so she made a mistake. She made a couple of mistakes this season, but the food has been good, though. The food has been good. Apparently, I mean, I haven't tasted it, but the food has been good. But they've reached we have to also remember too, this is not like a regular charter. This is a charter that's being filmed. So there's a lot of stress that's happening, stress that we don't even see, but you can see the stress now on everyone. Everyone's just done. They're almost at the finish line and they're already dropping the ball. But one thing I have to say is this. The guests sucked this season. Can we all agree? The guests were not good this season, right? New. I don't know. All I see is a bunch of O's, so I'm just gonna say new. And my TikTok just says she's been messing up on the preferences though. Yeah, she's messed up a couple of times. And even on this episode, the lady said no seafood, and there was seafood in front of her. Rachel, that could be very serious. Is that made for TV? Maybe, but that could be very serious. Just saying. But I still like Chef Rachel. She wasn't as messy as the previous season because I really checked out on Chef Rachel last season because I was just like, this woman is out of control. She is not representing herself or the boat right. But the only one that did that this season and got away with it was Jake. And I get it. Jake is very likable, but I'm like, come on. You also know that I'm a straight shooter. I like consistency across the board. Even if I like you, if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, I'm going to call you out. I'm going to be using that a lot today, y'all. I'm going to be using that a lot today. Hold on. TikTok, I apologize. It's hard for me to read everything. Nora says, I love Chef Rachel, but you can tell she was tired during this last charter. Yeah, a lot of them were tired. And I have to give it to Heather. I don't love Heather as a chief stew. I haven't loved her throughout the season, but she was the only one trying to uplift everyone's spirit. She was the only one really trying to work. And I can appreciate that about her this season. I can never say that she's a terrible chief stew. She's just not great for television. She wasn't entertaining. She wasn't fun to watch. And then we had that whole Rayna situation. So that was just like the cherry on top. And it's like, all right. But the other issue that we're dealing with in this episode is Eddie. Eddie has been tested from the beginning of the season. If you go back to my recaps of the season, I said, I feel like this is Eddie's season to be tested. And he was. And Eddie's in his feelings because he feels bad that Rayna feels that he didn't support her and that he wasn't there for her. And I know some people are going to say, oh, as fragility. No, I really feel that Eddie likes to be liked. And I think he wants to be a good leader. Is he a good leader? Not necessarily, but I also don't think he's a terrible leader. And I think he learned a major lesson in this particular situation with Rayna. But I do feel that genuinely Eddie feels bad. And I think he was blindsided by the whole situation. If you missed the video that I did on Eddie and him talking and throwing production under the bus in regards to how they handled the Rayna situation, he also revealed that he did talk to Rayna about having a conversation with Heather. But on camera, Rayna's like, no, I don't want to have the conversation with Heather, which I don't blame her. I don't blame her. But what I can blame Rayna for is that I understand you don't see it for Heather, but you still have to live and work on the ship. So when Heather says good morning, it doesn't hurt to be like, good morning. No one's telling you to hang out with her and laugh with her or kiki or high five with her. No, good morning. Anyone that's worked in an office environment, there have been plenty of people that you have not liked, but you're like, good morning. You're not tumbling over yourself to say good morning. But if they say good morning to you, good morning. How are you? I'm well. You? Oh, You know what I mean? I feel like Rayna just took it to another level. And that could also be maturity. There is a level of maturity that has to come with understanding how to do that in the workplace. Deborah says, I really like Eddie. I just don't think he's a good leader. Damn, Eddie. Wonderful Days says, I agree with you about Eddie. He's one of my faves. He was definitely one of my faves over the years. And I remember the first season with Eddie, we had no idea how kooky Eddie was until the reunion. And they were showing outtakes. And then we got to see that kooky side of Eddie. This season, we got to see another side of Eddie. We get to see the kooky side of Eddie this season, but we also get to see him be a leader. And Captain Lee is really trying to groom him to be a captain. He will never be a Captain Lee in regards to being a captain. I think he would just be a different type of captain. But I feel like his grooming came a little too late in the season. I can't believe this season is already almost over. I'm like, wow, where'd the season go? And it felt like a season. Again, I have to say that the guests sucked. I didn't love any of the guests. Only guests that I loved, and I loved them just because they were just pleasant, was the last charter. But they weren't entertainment value for TV. You know what they should do? They should get a bunch of YouTubers to charter a yacht and film it. I'll produce it. I don't want to be on it. That would be amazing. Or influencers. Or TikTokers. Now, that would have been interesting. You know, we are always producing television and giving these people ideas. Bravo. Below Deck producers. Let's do that next season. That would be so interesting. Can you imagine? The drama, and we need like a full season of them doing it. Just bring a bunch of different influencers and social media influencers on the ship. They'll cause some drama. They might even sleep with a stew or two. Just saying. Jamila says, I think the season was cut short. Yeah, because it's only episode 13. And I have to say, under breath, eat rocks. Who said Eddie and the staff took advantage and exploited Rocky and her poor behavior. Oh, damn, you taking it all the way back to Rocky? Oh my gosh. I mean, that was definitely not a highlight for Eddie in his whole Below Deck career. He really I was like, Eddie, you really going to drop the ball? I mean, it was great for television, but you're really going to drop the ball and cheat on your girlfriend with Rocky? Rocky, I mean, she's a beautiful woman, but you also, I would know that Rocky can't hold water. So if I'm going to hook up with Rocky, I'm surprised the entire ship didn't know the next day. Okay. Jane says Rocky was the epitome of the hot mess express. Oh, Lord. Brown Sugar Bay says, yes. Oh, yes. TikToker is such a guilty watch. Can you imagine? Or social media influencers. It doesn't have to be one or the other. It could be just a mix of people that all know each other, hang out. You look, a lot of y'all sleeping on these social media influencers and how they are millionaires. They could charter a yacht. Could I charter a yacht? I mean, I could, but I shouldn't, financially speaking. Just say, financially speaking, I shouldn't do that. But I could. Bloop. Deborah said, you guys are a mess. If you guys have been watching this entire season of recaps here on the channel, then you know my love affair with Wes. You know my love affair with Wes. What's my picture of Wes? One last time. Oh, Wes. But here's the thing. I'm very laid back. I'm not overly flirtatious like that. I'm a Taurus. Shout out to my Tauruses. You have to show signs of interest for me to be overly flirtatious. And even then, I mean, I've been out a few times during this pandemic with friends and they've been like, Kempire, he's flirting with you. He is? You got to be up on me for me to really feel like, oh, you're interested. Kaya says, hashtag, I'm a rich bitch. I'm not going to say I'm rich. I'm rich in spirit. I'm rich in spirit. Okay. Yeah. Jamila says, Wes was a bit disappointing. Look, not every person on a reality show has to be the most interesting, but at the same time, Wes didn't really bring a lot of anything. At least if he had some sort of love affair with Jessica. Remember Jessica? No one cares. Look, no one cares. Lord. Donna says, Rayna said on, I believe, Watch What Happens Live, the season ends abruptly. Your thought. Oh, yeah, I do remember her saying that. I forgot about that. And probably because look, a lot of you were criticizing, not a lot of you guys, not my family here, but on social media, a lot of you were like, oh, you don't think Black people can charter a yacht? And I said, that's not what I'm talking about. Especially because I know the tea behind the scenes, based on what we were hearing, both from Eddie, from Rayna, was that production were like scrambling and they just didn't know how to handle this racial issue that happened on the show. So it's no surprise to me that they ended early. They might do what like Adele did. If you missed my video this morning about Adele, be sure to check that out. Using COVID as an excuse to be like, oh, we have to end early. COVID. Pandemic. If you're on TikTok, you know what I'm referring to. Exactly. Wonderful Day says Wes brought his beautiful smile. Come on, let me just play it again. Come on, Wes. Look at that. Island boy. I liked Wes's energy. Charlene, thank you so much. Sending love right back to you. Okay, wait a second. Tess says we did nothing this season, but Wes did nothing this season, but he had a sweet little moments and cute sayings. I still loved him jumping on the jet ski to go chase something down like an action hero. He's an island boy. Look, that's the one thing my parents should have done for me is let me grow up in Jamaica, because I'd probably be a very different person. I'd probably be a little bit more adventurous in that regard. I probably would know how to swim. I know how to swim, but it's shaky. I'm not the best swimmer, okay? Because I learned late. People are like, oh, yeah, we like Wes, but is Wes good for TV, y'all? Is Wes good for TV? No. And I think Wes probably won't do TV again. And that's not us saying that. I think he's just like, I'm not going to do it. Let me go live my island life and, stay on sailboats. Speaking of which, Below Deck Sailing Yacht is coming back, and we won't be recapping that. Sorry. Nope. That's a terrible show. I am going to try and definitely watch all of Below Deck Med so that we can recap the new season for that. But Below Deck Sailing Yacht, y'all lost me on it. It's a beautiful, beautiful sailing yacht. Cast was boring last season. I don't really like that setup. I get it. Bravo's like, we had such huge success with Below Deck Med. Let's continue and let's do something else. And I hear something else is coming. I'm going to be open to it, though. I might watch it. But Below Deck Sailing Yacht, I'm good. Look, I'm good. All right, guys, you know what time it is. Hold on. There we go. Guys, don't forget to get your coldest water bottle. Shout out to everyone that's been tagging me and getting your coldest water bottle. Thank you for helping keep the lights on here at the Kempire studio. Get your coldest water bottle today. Head on over to coldest.com and don't forget to use the discount code KEMP10. KEMP10 for 10% off. Coldest water bottles keep your water cold for 36 plus hours. Comes in multiple colors, multiple sizes, but they don't just have water bottles. Head on over to coldest.com to check out all of their merchandise. And thank you so much in advance for supporting the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. Oh, I love my coldest water bottle. I think it's time for me to get another one, though. A bigger one. Oh, Donna Bell says I want Captain Sean. I don't know about Captain Sean. I kind of wish we had a couple of more episodes with Captain Sean, but I don't know if I want a whole season with him. But definitely, I kind of, I was missing Captain Lee in the beginning, but I wish we had at least maybe 3 episodes with Captain Sean. But as soon as Captain Lee got on the boat, get off my boat. Okay, Captain Lee. Wait, there was a point during this episode of Below Deck where Rayna says, it smells like ass up here. And I said to myself, you're out in the Caribbean. Why does it smell like ass on the yacht? That was strange to me. Oh, Camille says, Kempire Below Deck Down Under will be on, but no date for the USA has been set yet. Thank you. I did see an ad for that. Everything in Australia just seems to be like, when it comes to TV, they just do it so right in Australia. They really, really, really do. Curly Lock says, Captain Sean was fun. I mean, for the one episode you saw with him, I mean, look, let's give him a chance. He wasn't terrible. He was the first one giving it to Eddie this season. All right. Yes, thank you to you guys for liking the video. If you haven't liked the video already, be sure to like the video. It's an easy and free way of supporting the channel. This is our weekly recap of Below Deck. Don't forget, we will be live later today for the very first live town hall meeting of the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. This is where you will have an opportunity for 1 minute to call in and share your thoughts on the latest hot topics. That is Kempire's Town Hall later today. I'm a mess. Oh, wait. Camille says, I love watching Australian Survivor and Amazing Race. I never got into Survivor or Amazing Race. I know the shows, but never got into them. But let's get back into this recap. So again, this has not been my favorite season. I'm going to continue to watch the show because, look, we're at the end. I have to say, I was rooting for Heather this episode because I think she was trying to rally the troops because this is the last charter. You want to make sure you get your big tip. I have to say the guests, although maybe very nice people, are boring. Chef Rachel is having mishaps in the kitchen. Wes is over somewhere smiling. Jake is over somewhere. Chafing. I forgot about that. Fraser's over somewhere just rolling his eyes at somebody. Kaylee, though, I have to say, Kaylee, she doesn't bring anything, but I kind of like the fact she came in and she's helpful. She's unproblematic. Okay, Kaylee, thank you for being here. Thank you for your services. If you watch Basketball Wives, you understand the season was so boring. I know, but the ratings were still decent for Below Deck. They have a hardcore fan base. But there's issues brewing. There's issues brewing between Rayna and Heather and Chef Rachel. They've had a really good season so far. And usually the chief stew and the chef usually butt heads, but Chef Rachel's feeling the pressure and Heather's like, why is everyone upset? I'm cranky and grumpy too. I'm tired too. So she's trying to liven everyone's spirits up with a Hamilton extravaganza. Sidebar, I loved how Fraser shaded Heather's event planning, pretty much. And I was like, I can't wait to see you as a chief stew. We got a foreshadowing of that. I wonder if that was intentional by the producers because they already planned to bring him back to be a chief stew. Producers, are you listening? We said that from episode 1. I said, I need him as a chief stew. I need him. Heather, fine. She probably is great as a chief stew when there's not cameras around. I think Fraser, although I felt like he fell to the background, I could have used some more of that wittiness. Last week, he had me cracking up. He's like, I'm the baddest bitch on board. And I said, Fraser, you will always be the baddest bitch until Kate shows up. Can you imagine? Could you imagine? Okay, if Kate was on board too with him or Josiah, because that would be interesting. Imagine they hooked up. Look, I understand gay man. Not every gay man attracts to every gay man. So stop trying to hook me up just with your gay cousin. It's not that simple, y'all. It's not that simple. Yes, Mo says, I'm ready for Chief Stew Fraser. I wonder, I've never seen Hamilton and I live in New York. And I've never seen Hamilton. I'm a huge fan of Hamilton fan, and that wasn't it. That wasn't it. Look, Tara says she loves Josiah. Someone needs to train for. Oh, the shade. Why you say that? I feel like he excelled at everything that he did. When he was thrown into the laundry, Fraser stood up and did what he was supposed to do. Chocolate Chunks. Chocolate Chunks says, "Oh no, not the gay cut." I'm just saying, just an FYI. Diana says, I'd love to see Hamilton. Is it still on Broadway? I don't even know. I really should go see it. Because based on the way people act about it, you would think that it was the best thing on Broadway. Okay. Mona says Kate and Fraser would be... Is Fraser... Look, where's my lip? Look. Kate and Fraser would be the best duo. Tara says Kempire wants to train Fraser. No. I'm not... There y'all go again. No, I don't. I think Fraser is fun. Am I attracted to Fraser? Not really. I mean, it's not ugly, but that's not like, just saying. Oh, yes, Russ. Watch Hamilton on Disney Plus. I heard that was good. Camille says, I met my husband online. It's the best damn $10 I ever spent. We will be married for 16 years this year. Camille, why did that come up? Congrats, though. Congrats. Oh, Deborah says, please watch Hamilton. It's amazing, Kempire. Watch it on Disney Plus. All right. I forgot it's on Disney Plus. And I'm paying for Disney Plus and I don't watch it. So I should, I have in the past because I do love Disney movies and things like that. So I am going to have to watch that. Maybe I'll watch it on my TikTok live. You never know. Just saying, follow me on TikTok. Follow me on TikTok. Anyways, some of the other things that happened in this episode, as I said to you before, there's beef brewing between Heather and Chef Rachel, which we didn't see. The crew and the charter go to the beach for, a lunch and things like that. And Chef Rachel's losing it. She's losing it because she did tell Heather to get the dessert. And when she gets it, she's like, it's gonna melt. And she's like, didn't you tell me 10 minutes ago to do this? Heather's, we are still on the conversation of Hamilton. Disney Plus, you won't regret it. Okay, all right. The Heather says everything Lin-Manuel touches turns to gold. We don't talk about Bruno. No. Wait, Bruno from Below Deck? Not everything that Lin-Manuel touches turns to gold. Because I think he had a couple movies, well, at least one movie that went to the box office that didn't do well. But shout out to Lin-Manuel and the problematic movie you put out. Just saying, like, y'all know I don't report on all the tea, but I pay attention to all the tea. Ophelia says Chef Rachel is tired but amazing. Look, they're all tired. They're all tired. And I guess when I watch these shows, I always have that producer brain on, and I'm thinking, I think this beef between Heather and Rachel is all pre-produced because they've been good the entire season. Like, they've been getting along like magically. And I feel like producers are like, no, we're not going to continue that. We're going to mess this whole situation up. And that's exactly what happens. Exactly. Jania says the Heights tanked and they were criticized. Just saying. Y'all know what they were criticized for. If you know the tea, you know the tea. Yeah, tanked. Even though In the Heights on Broadway did very well. No shade. How are we on Broadway right now? Are we talking about Below Deck? Because in this episode, they were trying to celebrate Hamilton because did the guests really say that they were big fans of Hamilton? I didn't hear it. Maybe she heard it and we just didn't see it in editing. I think she just heard them talk about, oh yeah, Hamilton was born here and blah, blah, blah. And she was like, oh, let's do Hamilton. Fraser might be right about Heather. I still can't get over Rayna on when she was scrubbing the deck saying it smells like ass up here. I'm like, why? Either you're not doing your job right. You're in the Caribbean, so I can't even say it's the Caribbean. So why does it smell like ass up there? Did someone do something out there? I just didn't understand it. That was very confusing to me. And I said, that's disgusting. That is a reflection of your work, Rayna and that crew. Why does it smell like that? That says it smells like Jake's been up there. Yes, because he had Jake, poor chafing. You should stop wearing Heather's thongs, Jake. Jake calls his on again, off again girlfriend, fiance, and they're flirting on the phone. I guess maybe they had some time to add into the episode and they decided to add that conversation. But the other conversation that we see having, and I see this on social media with Jake and Fraser, they're really friends. So even after the show, Jake has found a friendship in Fraser. And I think Fraser has a crutch, but also sees a friendship. And they've developed a friendship. So that was sweet. Love finally. Micah says, I hope Heather didn't let Jake. Wait, I hope Heather didn't let Jake give her back that thong. You can keep it. I would hope not. I would hope not. I would not want that. Why would you even go to her and ask for one? Oh, because you knew that night that you were going to show your again. Again, what are Captain Lee's rules? Don't embarrass yourself and don't embarrass the boat. He did it multiple times. Multiple times he did that. Exactly, Priscilla. Jake gets on my nerves showing his A. Yeah, it's annoying. It feels annoying. This was not a great crew. My favorite crew member, I mean, besides Eddie, he's been a part of the show for so long. He's just Eddie. And Captain Lee, that's my favorite person, new person has to be Fraser. Definitely. Camille says, that's just nasty. It is nasty. We didn't get any of that this episode. Let me just make sure I covered everything that I want to talk about in this episode, because it wasn't a great season. It wasn't a great episode. It wasn't a terrible episode, because I do enjoy Below Deck, because as I've always said, we are getting real people that have to have a real expertise on a reality show. Even though I do believe there's certain things that are pre-produced outside of that, but you still have to have the skill set. Nora says, "Oh, love that for them." Jake, put it away, love. Jamila says, "Once is fine. Every episode, keep it, Jake." Yeah, it just felt forced. We didn't need it. We didn't ask for it, but here we are. The preview for next week, apparently the situation between Rayna and Heather heats up, because at one point during the preview, Heather falls to her knees. I forgot exactly what she said. Please forgive me, Rayna, which is dramatic. But we've talked about this. I think in Heather's mind, we talked about it. Okay, we're not going to be best of friends, but you said that you forgive me. I thought we've moved on, but it's clear based on Rayna's behavior, she doesn't see it for Heather, which I said earlier in this recap. That's okay. You don't have to be Heather's friend. I can understand why you want to be Heather's friend, even beyond her using the N-word. Even before that, I can see why you wouldn't want to, because Heather's just But you still have to work with this person. And but again, I think this comes with maturity. Rayna's probably like 20 something. It comes with maturity, understand, yep, you're going to work with people that you don't like, and you just have to be professional. Squirrel My Name, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you for blessing me. Thank you. Guys, don't forget, we will be live later today for our very first town hall meeting, where you have an opportunity to call in and sound off for 1 minute about the hot topics that we will be discussing. And that will include the Tasha K and Cardi B lawsuit. And we will be talking about Kanye West. And we got to talk about the Jenny Wen situation. Hopefully by then, Jenny Wen would have released her truth. That she posted on her social media last night that now that she can talk her truth, she can finally speak out. Look, she should have her opportunity to share her truth, but it's too soon. But then again, a week from now, you probably will be like, Jenny who? So maybe, look, there isn't the right time. There isn't the right time. Guys, we have almost 300 people in the room. Let's get to, where are we? Let's get to 150 likes if you haven't liked the video already. It's an easy and free way of supporting the channel. Don't forget, for more information on how you can support the channel is available in the description of this video. Next week is the finale of Below Deck, and of course, the reunion. I don't know how many parts it's going to be. It needs to be just one. I do not need 2 or 3 for this season. This season was not that good. So editors, if you're watching and you're thinking you can do a 2-parter, let's wrap it up in one. Let's wrap it up in one. As you can see on this latest episode of Below Deck, everyone seems to be succeeding and then failing. One of the things that I forgot to talk about was Captain Lee hearing the guests say that they need something, and everyone's downstairs eating, and he's like, really? Is this what we're going to be doing on the last charter? Everyone, we're just going to drop the ball? Which, even I would understand that. Like I wouldn't even be down. I'd be like, wait, everyone's down here. Let me go back up because I don't want to be caught down here. Where Captain Lee notices that, and then Heather's like, I did check on them 2 minutes ago. Yeah, you did, but then they needed something. Just saying. Captain Lee, though, Heather was getting it this episode. Heather got it a couple of times. She got it from Fraser. She got it from Captain Lee. She got it from Chef Rachel. So she was dealing with a lot this episode. She was definitely dealing with a lot this episode. But look, woe is me. Woe is me. Captain Lee's like, I do not like all that costume stuff in my wheelhouse. Speaking of wheelhouse, damn, I always forget. Elephant Brain is working today, right before the end of before I end this slide. Speaking of the wheelhouse, first of all, Captain Lee didn't like her using his wheelhouse for all the costume stuff. He also, another lesson that Eddie was learning here is not to leave the engine running and running down to go help. First of all, I think it was Eddie's fault that the wheelbarrow went into the water. Luckily, it wasn't the guest luggage. For a second, I was like, wait, where was the guest luggage? What was in there again? Even I was like panicking. I was like, God, if it was the guest luggage, this would have been perfect. No. So he leaves the wheelhouse and then he flashed back to another situation that happened on the ship. This is a teachable moment for Eddie. Captain Lee's the perfect captain to help train Eddie be a great captain. But that he's right. You should not leave. I mean, that's like leaving your car running and you step away. You just never know what can happen. You should not leave your car in the keys in the engine. Just saying. Was it done on purpose? Who knows? Did the producers push that wheelbarrow into the water? Probably, because I'm like, how the hell did the wheelbarrow end up in the water? The wind wasn't pushing that hard. How in the hell did it end up in the water? Our producer was like, they just didn't show that on camera. I was nervous, though, for them. I was nervous for them. Look, it was an okay season. If I had to rate the season overall, I probably would give it a 5. I probably would give it a 5. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great. It's not a season that I would go back and watch at all. It's not a season that I would go back and watch. But we're going to continue to recap this. It wasn't as bad as Portia's Family Matters. It really wasn't. And that's saying a lot. It wasn't that bad. But it wasn't that good either. We have one more episode. It looks like it's going to be interesting. The Rayna and Heather situation is going to come up again at the end of the season. We shall see. And we shall see how Bravo handles this reunion. Again. Anyways. All right. Donna says 5 or 6, not the best season. D says 4.5. Okay. Deborah says 4 or 5. All right. Micah says, yeah, gotta agree. The season is a 5 for sure. Lackluster. Yeah, but the ratings were decent for them. Their ratings were, for a lackluster season, their ratings were better than Vanderpump Rules, better than Watch What Happens Live. So, not bad. Heather says, what if the producers are pulling those tricks on the deck crew? I would not be surprised. Like I said, I think they're the ones who kicked that barrel into the water. Shabby Rose says, I got mad at Heather when her and her BFF were in the galley when she was braiding her hair all while the male stew was working his butt off. Yeah, it was like that wasn't the opportunity for her to take a break. And that was part of the reason why Fraser didn't want this person to come on the ship. Luckily, it hasn't been a huge issue for them. I wish it was, but it's at the end of the season. So it's like, all right, whatever. Russ is giving us a gymnastics score, 5.7739 for the season. Bonjour says the reading was good because of the view. Micah says, I'm always watch Below Deck because it's an easy show to watch, even if it's good or not. Yeah, and this season, I still watched. You know, they're in the Caribbean. It's like you get a little bit of an escape. But this wasn't it. This wasn't the crew. Don't bring them back. I won't be watching Below Deck Sailing Yacht either. I'm surprised that's coming back. But, you know. Samantha says Captain Lee was so disappointing this season. He just lost his shine for me. Maybe because Kate Chastain was not there. Also, I think he's leaned into all these little sayings that I'm just like, at one point he said, I'm going to eat your butt. I said, Captain Lee, if you only knew. I'm like, that is just not the terminology that we need to be talking right now. He's leaned into all these sayings, and it's like it's too much now. It's too much. I kind of miss it every once in a while. Every episode, though, we don't need a Captain Lee saying. Just saying. Melinda says, I was mad about them doing hair where people eat. Melinda, this is coming from, not you, but this is coming from the same woman that was putting her hands in the food. So I'm not surprised by that either. Just saying. Michael he says, yeah, I don't see. This is why I watch it twice. There's certain things that I missed, but I caught it both times. The first time I watched it, and I said, Captain Lee, if you don't be quiet with that. Guys, that is it for our Below Deck recap. If you're watching the replay of this recap, be sure to let me know how you'd rate the season, what you thought of the season. Will you be watching Below Deck Sailing Yacht? What do you think will happen at the reunion? If there's something you disagree with me with, I'm okay with you disagreeing. Let's continue the conversation below in the comment section. Shout out to everyone that sent in a super chat. Shout out to everyone that was part of the conversation. For those that are watching and are not subscribed, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on daily and consistent hot topics. We don't just talk about reality TV here. We talk about everything in hot topics. And don't forget, we will be live later today for our very first town hall meeting, where you will have an opportunity to call in and sound off for 1 minute, and there will be a timer and this. Thank you to my moderators. Thank you to, of course, Team Kempire and Royal Court members. If you'd like to become a member of the channel, head on over to TheKempire.com. Join us at our texting community, TextKempire.com. Let me post that up as well. Hold on. There we go. Join our texting community at TextKempire.com so that way you can get notifications as well. Thank you to everyone watching on multiple platforms, TikTok, those who are watching on Twitch, those that are watching on Twitter. Hey, Twitter. That's a whole other place, y'all. Of course, those that are watching on YouTube and Facebook. Appreciate you all being here. I will see you a little bit later, but be sure to check out everything that you already missed this morning. I posted a clip about 90 Day Fiance and a love triangle. And is there trouble in paradise for Adele? Be sure to check that out on the Kempire Daily YouTube channel for more hot topics. Thank you all for being here. I will see you guys later. All right. Thank you, Rusty. Rusty says, I enjoy getting my text, Kempire. And those are probably more reliable than the notifications on YouTube or TikTok. So join our texting community at textkempire.com. Thank you, everyone on TikTok. Thank you, everyone on YouTube and everyone on Facebook and Twitch and Twitter. I'm going to get out of here. More hot topics to come. And of course, we will be live again later this evening for your opportunity to sign off. Sign off, sound off. There we go. Expect a lot of that today. Let's get out of here, guys. Let's vibe out. Have a great day, y'all. Don't forget to like the video if you haven't liked it already.